Hi, I'm Gareth Phoenix and welcome to this special edition of GP TV. Today I find myself at the Village Hotel in Warrington with a very special guest. It's not only had over 350 Super League appearances, 10 caps for England, the former Warrington Wolves and now Wakefield Trinity Centre, Ryan Atkins. Hi Ryan.
How are you doing?
Thank you very much for joining us today. Now, you may wonder why we've got a rugby player with us today. Well, I'm for one a avid rugby fan myself, but Ryan's going to be doing some work and has been previously with some charities in his testimonial year. Right. So we're going to try and do some work with himself. We're going to try and style him up because that's what we do. But Ryan, will you tell us a little bit more about what it is you've been doing in your testimonial year and why you're doing it?
Yeah, well, a testimonial is granted to you from the RFL, the governing body of Rugby League, and mine's down to the service to the game. So I've been lucky enough and privileged enough to play at Warrington Wolves for 10 seasons. So you're eligible for a testimonial for a full year when you've played for one club for 10 seasons, or ultimately if you've reached 300 games at numerous clubs, you can get a 3-month testimonial. So I said I was lucky enough to be granted a full year. We've been playing at Warrington Wolves, and for me, you get to do a lot of fundraising, and then you get to donate to charities. And I picked 2 amazing charities that are close to my heart and that I've worked with over numerous years while I've been at Warrington Wolves. And I'm probably stealing your thunder now, but one of the charities, Warrington Wolves Foundation, which is based at the stadium, do a lot of work in the community of Warrington, and a lot of people already know or be aware of that charity because, as I said, they do a lot of work in the community, they do a lot of work in schools. They have many members with disability that help out at the club and work at the club, and they bring them in one day a week and they do that. They've got their outreach is phenomenal, and seeing behind the scenes what they actually do, I just loved it. And I've been lucky enough as well to get Keith Naylor Player of the Year, which is the Foundation Player of the Year awards, just with help at the foundation. So that was straight nailed on one of the charities that I was always going to pick.
Brilliant.
And the second charity is Children Adventure Farm Trust, which I only found out about 3 years ago, literally on my doorstep in Lim. And I only found out about myself 3 years ago, and I saw it on social media that they was doing Christmas present drop-off for the children that have Christmas parties. So took it upon myself to ask a few of the lads to donate some money. Then I did a bit of a supermarket sweep with the money. The lads put the money in, ran around some toy shops in Warrington, dropped it off at one of the drop-off points in Warrington, and then off the back of that I was invited down to CAF, Children Adventure Farm Trust. Literally met Helen there, and she told me a bit more about charity, and just fell in love with the place. It's amazing. Not only is it for underprivileged and
disabilities as well, and terminally ill kids.
So it could be they do holidays there. It could be like a child underprivileged first ever holiday. Might be there for a week, and they've got animals, they've got everything there that you could want as a kid. Play areas.
Kids with disabilities as well, isn't there?
Or it could be a bit of respite for parents, so they'll go there with the children and they have everything you can think of for children with disability, and then the parents will be there as well, but they'll take over, they'll be more hands-on, and the parents then get a bit of a holiday. Or it could be a child who's terminally ill, it could be their last ever holiday before albeit they leave us. So as soon as I was aware of that, living in Warrington 6 years previously, I'd never actually heard of them. I knew I needed to help promote their cause and get their word out, and being in a privileged situation of playing for Warrington Wolves with a bit of an audience, I was able to do that, so hence why there was my second choice. And
I must bring to your attention that one of the reasons that actually Ryan contacted us about his upcoming testimonial dinner and maybe helping him look a little bit dapper ahead of obviously standing in front of all these people. And we thought about making him some special accessories box and whatnot. But when I read into it a little bit more and found out about this charity that Ryan's mentioning now, actually synonymised with myself quite a lot. A few years back, my niece and my goddaughter suffered from a rare form of leukemia. I'm glad to say now that she managed to smash through her treatment, as grueling as it was, and she rang a bell at the at Alder Hay. I felt that we needed to do something with you, not as a marketing ploy, more as raising awareness for these charities and what Ryan's trying to do using his testimonial year. So, what things have you done so far for these charities during your testimonial year to raise this awareness then?
Yeah, well, obviously the main thing is your testimonial game, and I got a local derby in Widnes, which was great, because albeit they got relegated last year, so this year was the only time we was going to play them unless we got them in the cup. So yes, we agreed to play them. Big game. We had a lot of new signings in Blake Austin and the likes of that. So, and the fans just turned out in the thousands, which I was blown away with. Very humbling to see the support, but it was also a way to raise awareness. So there was brochures on sale, or programmes, as you call them, on the day, which had lots of info on the charities, info about myself, but mainly info on the charities. So that spread the word there. So that was the main thing. But on the back of that, throughout your testimonial year, you do a lot of fundraising events. Obviously, we're talking now, and you, like I said, you're going to make me very dapper for my finale dinner.
We'll certainly try.
Which brings curtain down on the testimonial year. But at the launch dinner of the game, I've had Question Sport, where I've privileged and lucky enough to have met a few sports people in my time. So I was pulled in a few favours. So we had mad Warrington Wolves fans, Stuart Pearce on
the team. Yeah. Psycho. I know he doesn't like being called that. I have heard that, so I do apologise, Stuart.
He's an amazing bloke. He's one to put his hand up and go out of his way for anybody. A fellow Yorkshireman in Tyrone Nurse, boxer from Huddersfield, and Niall Bruton, who ran in the Olympics a few years back for Ireland. So that was the All-Stars team. And then who else could I have on my team when I'm playing the Wolves All-Stars other than Lee Breers?
Yeah, Benny. Big Benny and Lee, yeah.
Just legends. So
I'm sure they weren't there just for the beers, but you know.
No, he wasn't drinking.
Oh, blooming hell.
No, it was only me drinking.
Take that back, do apologise.
Yeah, I'd just had my wrist surgery, so I was able to drink because I wasn't in training. Well, I shouldn't have really been drinking because I was injured, but
you have the opportunity.
The players that was actually still involved in training, playing in games, they was on a drinking ban. Or not a ban as such, but try and help the team better by staying off the ale. So Lee had to lead by example. 5 years ago, would have still had the beer, but he's now a coach.
Or 2 or 3.
Yeah. Well, Brian Carney caught on rugby on Sky, he calls him Lee Beers, doesn't he? So
yes.
Obviously he knows him very well. Benny Westwood, definitely a character as well, but he stayed off it. He's doing everything he can as well to get a few more games under his belt. So there's that. I had summer ball, which was going back to my roots, obviously with my West Indian Caribbean heritage. We did a bit of that theme, which went down well, steel pans. Ladies' night, which if these walls in this hotel could talk, it would be a few stories there of myself and the rugby lads.
I can imagine.
Waiting for 150 mad, crazy, alcohol-fueled women.
Yeah. Like an Ann Summers evening on steroids.
Yeah. So just all that, and everybody knowing, obviously, they get to meet players as well, but ultimately they know that the charity that I'm donating to from my testimonial,
the reason,
the support and everything, as I said before, has been great.
Fantastic. And then coming on to this weekend, it's crept round rather quickly. You've got your curtain closer, as you told me. Tell us about what's happening on Saturday.
Yeah, so obviously, as I said, the curtain's coming down and it's the finale. So for me, it's a celebration of my testimonial year, but also celebration of, obviously, you alluded to earlier, I've left now. So for me, it's about celebrating my 10 seasons at Warrington Wolves. So I'll be very drunk, definitely. Sunday off training.
Enjoy it. And you raising money for the charities on the evening?
Yeah.
How are you looking at raising the money then?
So the ticket sales and everything like that.
Sold out?
We donate, 160 people, So there'll be donation, there'll be raffles, all them kind of things. There'll be auctions and all that money goes into a pot and then we make the donation. So it's people at some of the events have won prizes as well, and then said they'll donate it back to the great causes. So it's great. We all get to have a drink, get to have a laugh, and we get to celebrate some great things.
Great. I'm going to take this moment just to say, if any of our followers or people that watch this Obviously, the event is on Saturday, the 7th of September. But if someone could or feels that they have a prize that would be worthy of a raffle, or is it an auction or a raffle?
It's both.
Both.
Yeah.
Please do get in contact with us, and what we'll do is we'll arrange it with Ryan that we can get it here for the evening from yourselves, and it obviously will all go towards helping raise some money and funds for these great two charities that we've got as well. I'd like to quickly move on then. Quickly got to talk about rugby. Like I said, Ryan's obviously a former Warrington Wolves. I call you legend if you go into your testimonial year. That's got to be legend status. You can't say that yourself, but I'll say it for you.
I've been selected in the team of the decade, Warrington Wolves team of the decade.
Rightly so.
Records as well at the club, so I wouldn't go as far as legend.
I'll say it for you, definitely.
I had a decent career here.
Definitely a Warrington Wolves legend. He's not allowed to say it. I am. But what a lot of people may or may not know is Ryan actually hails from Leeds and started his career, made his Super League debut for Wakefield Trinity. And then not long ago, you've gone full circle and rejoined Wakefield, haven't you?
Yeah.
Obviously, first game at the weekend, or was it the weekend before? But
no, I'm still to make my debut.
Still to make it, are you?
Yeah. The plan
Sorry,
is,
yes, second debut.
Yeah, so the plan is to make a second debut. Part of the deal that we did with Warrington and Wakefield, I'm not allowed to play, which is the 6th of September.
That's good. I don't know how I feel about you playing against Warrington anyway.
But I always had dreams or aspirations to go back to Wakefield, because kind of left there under a cloud kind of thing. As we spoke about, I was kind of got into training one day, and next thing,
ship straight off.
Yeah, the coach told me they've sold me. So like, I'll take them back. So I still had a few things that I wanted to achieve at Wakefield. So the chance to go back, I was jumped at the chance. So I get to go back there, and one team that I've never celebrated a try against.
Wakefield.
Just out of respect. But no, now I'm onto a new challenge. But it's been a great career. 10 years at Warrington, and as I said, if Wakefield had come knocking a few years back, it would have been a tough question. Yeah. Tough ask for me to turn it down.
Yeah. Obviously, you say you've not played, but you've not long off had wrist surgery as well. How have you found it back at the club through your rehab? Have you found it's very similar? 10 years is a long time. So is it familiar, or is it very different?
It's not changed much.
Some familiar faces?
I had an interview there when I first signed it back there, and just asking me, is anything different? And in all honesty, the stadium, they put you a bit of a stand in some shelters. Stadium's one of the old school stadiums, as you call it, in Super League, and the home changing rooms are exactly the same. And I swear to this day that there was some strapping on the shower, holding the pipes together, and when I left it, it's still there now.
That's some hell of a strapping.
Yeah, it's some great strapping, but no, there's some faces still there, the groundsmen and stuff still there, a few people that run are there day to day on game day. A few of the faces have changed in the squad, obviously new coaching staff, but there's some old faces there as well that I've played with along my career at Warrington, George King, Anthony England. There's some lads that previously played at Wakefield that I've done full circle at other clubs as well, so I do know a lot of them.
It's a good story as well, really.
So it's come easier to bed in. The only struggle I find is the M62.
No one likes the M62.
It's awful.
If they need an airport there where you can get small flying airplanes over there, because that is time wasted of your life. But hopefully, it won't be too bad going forward. So just going back to the evening, what we've been doing with Ryan. Ryan asked us to create something for him for his charity dinner on Saturday. Admittedly, you're a sports sort of guy, aren't you?
I'm a casual guy. I don't really do too formal unless I have to, which is usually 2-3 times a day, bearing on how many weddings I'm invited to.
Yeah.
And then I hate trousers, so I try and wear jeans.
Right. Well, I'm delighted that you turned up in black today, because we decided on a specialist box set which includes a tie, pocket square, tie bar and flower as well, which are all in black apart from the tie bar. So this is for you to wear on your
Thank you.
evening, and we're sure you're going to look dapper in the gear that you do. And I do want to just mention that the box set will be released very soon. And all 20% of the proceeds will go towards Ryan's charities as well. Yep, I'd just like to say thank you very much. Wish you all the best. If you want to know a bit more about the charities that Ryan's doing, they're going to be in the post. You can click the link and they'll take you straight to the charities and know a bit more about it, including Ryan's website as well. So Ryan, really, really appreciate your time, and it's a fantastic thing that you're doing. So I'd just like to shake your hand and wish you all the best for Saturday night and for the future. Even though it's at Wakefield, it's the only club I'd probably allow him to do it, but all the best, mate. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you for these.
Anytime, my man. Take care.